Okay, good morning everybody. Go for a fly in the Cruzer. Headset on, with an orange light, need to change the battery. Still doing my 25-hour flight test. Today we're going to work on positive longitudinal stability, positive dynamic longitudinal stability. Check the weather.
Drone weather. Wind calm. QNH 1021 hectopascals. Temperature 14. Cloud clear below 2,000 feet. Visibility 10 kilometers. Dew point 10. Humidity 7. We'll try that.
Can't complain about the weather. Absolutely glorious. Not sure about you guys, but I haven't worked out wearing sunglasses with headsets. Yep. I like to do all my fiddling and farting around before I taxi, and then when I taxi, all I do is taxi. Bear in mind, I'm not an instructor. I'm just doing this for fun.
Traffic Latrobe, Bravo, India Kilo, turning base, runway 21. That should go, Traffic Latrobe.
2-1. Here's a Pisa in the green. We've got a helicopter here taking off, looks like it. Got to be careful taking park there.
Latrobe Valley traffic, Javelin 3801, downwind 421, Latrobe traffic.
Beautiful day. It's going to be about 26 degrees.
Latrobe traffic, Whiskey Bravo Charlie is 3,000 feet descending, 9 miles west of Latrobe. We'll be joining straight in for a downwind for 2-1. Estimated time on the circuit is 2-7, Latrobe traffic.
Latrobe traffic, check name 4575, currently 4 miles to the north of the field. Flying 1,100 for west sail. Latrobe traffic.
Latrobe Valley, Cruzer 1656, taxis for runway 21, Latrobe Valley.
And Latrobe Valley traffic, Sierra Yankee Echo, overhead at 4,000 feet on descent and tracking for the sail VFR route, Latrobe Valley.
Takeoff on final.
Latrobe Valley traffic, 3801 is base 421, full stop, Latrobe traffic.
Alright, final set 1200. Six. Trim. Set. Total 1200, trim is set. Master is on, both tanks are on. Fuel pump on. Fuel tap is on. Fuel quantity.
Traffic Latrobe, Bravo, India Kilo, turning base, runway 21, full stop, Traffic Latrobe.
Plus 2 seconds. 1001, 1002.
Latrobe Valley traffic, Whiskey Bravo Charlie is 4 miles to the west, currently at 2,000. Going to join for Crossland for 2-1.
RVT. And back to board.
Latrobe traffic, Cavalry 3801, clear 1 moment.
Controls, left up, right down, right up, left down, elevator, right up. Seats on, hatches are all secure. There are
runways. Over drive.
Latrobe Valley traffic, Cruzer 1656 enters and lines up runway 21 for a local flight, Latrobe Valley. Alright, switches are up, levers are in.
And Latrobe Valley, Whiskey Bravo Charlie is turning downwind for 21 full stop.
Speed in green. Roll. Roll. RPM. Airspeed. Bird.
Charlie's turning final. Aircraft calling, lining up on 21. Have you departed?
Yeah, just on upwind.
Thank you.
Latrobe Valley traffic, Cruzer 1656, departed upwind, runway 21, on climb to 1,500, Latrobe Valley. Climb up to 3,000 and do a few manoeuvres. Alright, 3,000. Still getting used to that pitch attitude. I just like to sit over this lake. Gives me a good reference to where I am. Hazelwood Pondage. Alright, so part of the RA Oz flying off for 25 hours. I've got a checklist to work through, so the check I'm going to do today is positive longitudinal stability. So I've made some notes here, 3,000 feet straight and level, trim the aircraft. Call that trim. I'll just pull the power back a little bit. Back to 2,600. 2,600, we're doing 90 knots with the ground speed, true airspeed of 92, ground speed 81, bit of a headwind up here. So if we call that 88 knots, we're going to pull for 10 less, 10% less, it will be 8.8, so back to 80. And then pull 20% off, which will be 16 off 88, is 72. And it should require a pull force. Well, that seems pretty obvious to me, so pull back to 80, 80 knots, with slight pull force. And what do we say? 72. Pull back to 72. The rudder keeps ball centered. And I've got a positive force on the stick, which means I've got positive longitudinal stability. I think you'd be in trouble.
Traffic, Starlight Bravo, Charlie Sierra, lining up departing 21, local flight, traffic Latrobe.
I think you'd be in trouble if you needed to push the stick. And then we can do a push to negative to add 10%. So, back to straight level. Should be about 88 knots again. 8.8 onto 88, 96. A push to 96 knots, 96 knots. An aircraft returns to trim position. A positive longitudinal stability. Next test is positive dynamic longitudinal stability. I'll head back to the lake here. Don't forget to look out the window. Get out of the sun. 100 knots. In a dive. There's our lake. Back to our lake. Set the aircraft up. Straight and level. Pull to knock 5 knots off and release the stick. And we'll establish straight and level. Push the harder than you think for a junior dude like myself. Straight and level, 83 knots. We're going to pull and knock 5 off, which would take us back to 78, and release. So gently pull the stick back. Looking for 78 knots. 78, release. So building up speed, nose slowly pitching up. What we start at? 82. We're back to 82. Try that again. So 82, pull to knock 5 off. Let's go 77, release. 75, 76, speed's picking up. Nose is still down, nose is coming up. Back to 82. So we'll call that a positive one of those. So that's the test done. So, what do we do now? Fly around. I'm at 4,000 feet now, so carby heat. Or descent down. Each flight is ticking off one of the checks. Might go back and do some touch and goes now. I've got about an hour in each tank. Might fill up the fuel. Might notice the aircraft's rolling again slightly. I've definitely got more fuel in my side, and I sit on this side as well. Let's practice an approach while we're up here. Power comes right back. Low 65, 1001, 1002. Flaps go out. Pull the power right back. And if I want to slow down, I can raise the nose, where I get a bit confused. If not, speed up. With the trim, flying it with the trim. I go full flap. Full flap, roughly idle, get over idle. Full flap, 55 knots, and descending at, let it stabilise, 500 feet a minute. A bit slow. So push the nose with the trim. 50 knots. 50 knot final would seem pretty good at about 600 feet a minute. Alright, flaps up. Power on. Heavy heat. Girl, good girl. One thing I've got is my trim, the way it's set up, which is by the plan. That's obviously affected by CG, wing incidents, tailplane incidents. I never get below neutral. I only use neutral to pull down. So I need to readjust that rod, I think. Give me some. Be nice to take off at neutral, but I know I take off at 2 dots from the top of the trim. The aircraft does, it just keeps climbing. I'm forever trying to, that's just my perspective. You can see out the horizon today is a bit blurred. That's the other thing I learned too with Best Glide. Just puts a flat bottom airfoil, and goes for most aeroplanes, if not all. The Best Glide, put your wing on the horizon, and that's your best glide. What I found with the Cruzer, best climb, 60 knots, best glide, 60 knots, approach, 60 knots, dropped it to 50 on final. So 60 knots for everything, pretty much, which is, I think, it's 70, 75 mile an hour. So the wind's just starting to pick up. If we go for another fly later, I'll show you how people think it's like today's beautiful. Hands-off flying, fantastic.
Latrobe traffic, Cessna Charlie Charlie Uniform, taxiing runway 21, Latrobe.
Latrobe Valley Victoria.
That's always handy to know which runway is active. Whether I bother to go on. When it gets about 26 degrees, I guess, it really starts getting bumpy. The other day I flew and I was, instead of holding the throttle, I was holding on up here because I thought I was going to snap the throttle off. And it's not very nice, especially when you know you've got to land the thing. Speaking of landing, let's do it. Got to lose some height here. Can't be heat. Pull the power back. Sending turn to the right. Great visibility. In this scenario here, I can look over the wing and see the horizon and any traffic. Curl down at 600 feet a minute. Coming the other day doing a few circuits, and I just kept, speed was getting away from me. Generally come back to idle. This time I'll just try with the trim just to slow the aircraft down a bit more. It does touch down at 40 knots, 30 knots the other day if I get cheap, especially in calm conditions. 2300, we'll do another one. Like looking at these dams, find a little road. You got public access, go and throw a lure, like my fishing. It's Saturday morning at the Aero Club today, so it's good. Get quite a bit of activity. It's varied aircraft. The other day we flew, we had a Corsair in the circuit. Pretty cool. A Warbird. Alright, 1800 feet. Gonna lose a bit. 1200 foot circuit height here. Do my downwind nice and early. Brakes undercarriage, mix the propeller fuel. Instruments, T's and P's are in the green. Seat harness attaches are all secure. Some of those bumps I'm talking about. Must have a bit of a tailwind. We got 2600 RPM, 9900 knots. So I am going down at 100 feet a minute. 1200 circuit height. Latrobe Valley traffic, Cruzer 1656 joins downwind runway 21 Latrobe Valley.
Latrobe traffic, Cessna Charlie Charlie uniform is taxiing for runway 03, like the Jabiru, Latrobe.
Latrobe Valley, AWS aerodrome weather. Wind calm. QNH 1.
Oh, there's 03, so we'll join 03, I guess. Latrobe Valley traffic, Cruzer 1656 joins midfield crosswind for runway 03, Latrobe Valley. And our downwind check. Now come back. RBT. Latrobe Valley, Cruzer 1656, base 03, touch and go, Latrobe Valley. Runway, yeah. A bit of power. 54 knots.
Latrobe Valley traffic, Jabiru 5560, entering and backtracking runway 03. Traffic Latrobe.
And Charlie Charlie uniform, if you'd like to accompany us then, you can go number 1. Thanks very much, we'll follow you down. Latrobe traffic says Charlie uniform, entering runway 03 and backtracking with the Jabiru, Latrobe.
At idle, aircraft basically comes in itself. Won't get too smart. Maybe a bit further down the runway this time. ground rush.
Traffic Latrobe, Deborah 8475 joins downwind runway 02 Latrobe.
RBT.
Latrobe traffic, Cessna Charlie Charlie inform is now 10 miles lead. Last Latrobe.
Starting to get bumpy now.
Latrobe Valley Cruzer 1656 downwind 03 Latrobe Valley.
Traffic Latrobe, Deborah 8475 turns base runway 03 full stop.
Having you see on that camera there, that's where the runway is there. Generally pull the power as the numbers up, heats out. A bit high this circuit, let it climb up. Go a little bit longer. I've got an aircraft on final, flat park. That's the one, that's the two. Fly with your feet, fly with your feet. Gentle on the stick, power off. Hold the nose up. Hold the nose off. So there you go, folks. A couple of laps in the Cruzer. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.
Latrobe Valley Cruzer 1656 clear of all runways.